Yo, what's up guys? I know I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time, but with Dungeon Quest just releasing raids over and over again for level 130 and Fantastic Frontier not updating their game in a long time, I haven't really been playing a lot of Roblox games, but I decided to give this game a try. It's called AdventureUp. I'll have the link to the game in the description, and it is in beta and it costs 50 Robux to access the beta, and I gotta say so far it definitely was worth it. And pretty much if you like games like Dungeon Quest, then I would recommend this game because it's kind of like Dungeon Quest but better. But you also have to keep in mind that it is still in beta, so there's going to be some things that might be a little weird or a little wonky. But like I said, I haven't put that much time into it, so I just basically got on, played for like an hour, and I was like, you know what, this game actually is pretty cool. But anyways, you can see that we load in here, and I guess I picked a character that was, maybe a little bit female or something because this hair is kind of a lot longer than I thought it was. But anyways, none of that really matters because as you'll see in the video, I do just kind of explore around, look at all the options that we have here, and there are some shops that you can go to and spend in-game coins to change your looks. They do have a currency that are diamonds that you can spend to buy cosmetics and stuff like that, but there are some stuff that you can buy with coins that also change your appearance. And basically, this is where you can sell stuff and buy some other stuff. Not really sure exactly what that is. You got your daily rewards, which probably, if you first start playing, you probably don't want to get that right away until you level up a little bit. But anyway, this is the cosmetic shop, as you can see, and there are things that you have to spend diamonds on to buy, but there are also options for coins, as you can see at the bottom, which is pretty cool. It doesn't limit you to having to spend money to change certain things about your appearance, and yeah, that's pretty cool. And after looking at some of the hairstyles, I decided to not buy anything because I don't really have any money. Obviously, I just started the game, so I don't really have anything. I found a little portal that said explore, and it had an option to go to somewhere called Pleasant Valley, which was the only place I could go to, but there was 4 places total, which kind of is pretty nice because it shows that even though the game's in beta, there's already 4 worlds that you have access to. And there are a lot of games on Roblox that have full released and they don't even have 4 worlds. So I mean, Pet Simulator 2. But anyways, as you can see, this game is kind of weird because you can chop down trees and get wood, which then you can also use to craft things. And you have a crafting level, a wood cutting level. You even have a mining level. There's some rocks that you can mine here, which I believe they are copper. I'm assuming that the other worlds, when you hit certain levels, are different, like maybe iron and steel and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of weird to see a game like this on Roblox that's got the Dungeon Quest feel, but it also has like the weird RPG feel to it. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to play a game like this on Roblox. But anyways, after a lot of cutting trees and mining the ore, I did try to fight some of the monsters, and they don't really give that much experience, and I was kind of like questioning what I was doing wrong at that moment. But I ended up traveling back to the main town and seeing that there's actually dungeons that you can play. At first I didn't know that, which was kind of weird, but yeah, it's the Explorer place, like the Explore portal is definitely more for resources like mining stuff and wood cutting so you can craft, definitely not for killing. But as you can see, there's a big dungeon thing right there, and even the green play button at the bottom right is your dungeon thing also, which will load you right in. And honestly, it's not that hard to solo dungeons in this game. After I did the first one, it was just like very simple and easy. You get the hang of it, and especially if you've played Dungeon Quest before, this game will seem very easy at first. But I definitely think that it'll end up getting harder down the line when you level up. And as you can see on the screen, we are doing some crafting. I mined a lot of stuff and cut down a lot of trees, so I figured I would go ahead and turn that into bars and make some weapons, all that good stuff. As you can see, like right at the bottom of that little menu that is popped up, it shows the experience that you get. So for every bar that I make, I get 50, and for every weapon, I think it varies on which weapon, but you get a lot more experience if you make weapons. And at level 8 crafting, you will access new things to craft. So there's like, I don't know, man. Like this game definitely seems a lot more enjoyable than Dungeon Quest, and I really liked Dungeon Quest for a long time. But I don't know. Dungeon Quest definitely looks better, I would say. But so far, with this game being in beta, it seems like they're going down a better path with what you're able to do in the game. So I'm definitely a fan. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into a dungeon and see how difficult this is. As you can see, there's a few different difficulties you can do based on your level, and then there's also different dungeons that I believe you can do. And we're just going to go ahead and start off with the level 1 dungeon called Crystal Caverns. And it is pretty colorful. Not sure if the other ones look kind of the same, but looks kind of cool too, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what you like. But yeah, anyways, here we are. You can clearly tell that it's somewhat like Dungeon Quest. I don't know if they're even going to try to hide or deny that they took a lot of their stuff from Dungeon Quest, but I'm not sure how long they've been working on this game either. For all I know, they could have been working on it for a long time, but since it's in beta, I don't think they have been. And I don't know if you start off with a different skill depending on what character you choose. I chose the character with the red shirt and long hair, and it started me with a magic spell. But you can pretty much reset that for free, I think, your first time. And afterwards, it'll cost money based on how many skills you have put in. So you can kind of customize what class you want between a lot of different things. It's pretty much like Dungeon Quest, except there's a lot more variables. You can put points into things that increase your attack speed. You can put points into things that will like increase your health regeneration. So like a lot of your stuff isn't just coming from what you're wearing and have equipped, which is pretty cool. But this dungeon is pretty much straightforward. I'll leave it in the video though, just because if any of you are watching this and are debating on if you want to spend the 50 Robux to play the beta, maybe you'd want to see what the first dungeon looked like, I guess. I don't know. It might change your mind. But that's the skill tree I briefly opened. You can equip 2 weapons. I think you can dual wield any weapon. Not too sure, because like I said, I'm still kind of new, but yeah, there's like a lot of different customization you can do, and I'm not even sure if you're limited or not, or if you can level up and eventually have everything unlocked. Not too sure, but definitely is interesting. And I didn't test it too much, or I should say I didn't really pay attention when I did test it, but I died a few times in this dungeon, and I'm not sure if I lost time or not. It does start you with like 15 minutes or something crazy, so you have plenty of time to finish this. And I don't think there's a limit to how many times you can die, because I think I actually died like 4 times when I was doing this. But yeah, you see that I reset my skill here, and I decided to just like, I don't even know what I was trying to do. I I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to new games, to be honest. I'm just trying to like see what I'm allowed to do, I guess. But from that, I learned that it'll cost money to reset my skills again, so I was like, well, I'm not going to do that again. And yeah, basically learned my lesson. But on this specific dungeon, there is a few, I don't know if I would say they're like Easter eggs, but, oh, and if you see on the left there, it shows that I got a top, which you can get drops from regular minions, enemies, whatever you want to call them, in the dungeon, which I thought is pretty cool, because in Dungeon Quest you can't, and, you know, in this game you can, so that's cool. And like I was saying though, there's kind of like weird things like this, where you can use your wood cutting to chop through this wooded fence area to get a chest, which this chest actually gives you the same amount of gold every time, which is pretty decent when you're new. It's like a decent amount of gold. So getting that wood cutting is definitely a plus. And I think there's only like 2 of those on this dungeon. Well, technically there's only 1, and the other one you need the dash skill, I think, to get to it. But I was just kind of walking up to the crystal to see if I could mine it or something, because like I said, when it's a new game and I don't know what you can or can't do, I just kind of like to mess around and see what you can and can't do. But anyways, what I was saying about the other treasure chest is actually right here. Um, I seen it over there. I seen a big drop, and I was like, how do I get over there? And I remember that I had that dash skill that would let me get over there. And I figured if I got around the same amount of gold as the other one, it would make up the difference for resetting my skills again. So as you can see, I did decide to do that, and I don't know if you have to jump, but it definitely looked like I barely made it while jumping. So I jumped and then did the spell to get over there and made it pretty easily. It didn't give as much gold, but it's still gold, so I guess it's worth it if you have that dash skill already. And basically you do the same thing to get back. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Um, kind of unique. Dungeon Quest didn't really have anything like that, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep like shitting on Dungeon Quest because I hate the direction they're going in. To be honest, it's kind of sad to see, and a lot of people quit and are still quitting, but there's still a lot of people that just play it because they've put so much time into it, which is kind of unfortunate, but I understand it. Also, if you guys are interested in, how do I explain it? Or how about this? If you guys are like interested in this game and would want to see more like gameplay of this game, feel free to leave a comment saying so. I know a lot of you want to see Fantastic Frontier, but like I said, without that game updating, there's not really much I can do on it that would be enjoyable for me or you guys. This game is new. Yeah, it's kind of still just like Dungeon Quest, but there's a lot to it that I still don't know, and there's a lot more customization to things that Dungeon Quest doesn't have, which could be pretty interesting. So if you want to see more of this, let me know, and if you want to just see random Roblox games, like me playing it and reviewing it or just saying my thoughts on it, feel free to let me know about that too, because that's something that I've always thought about doing, but never really got into. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'll probably still play this game. But if you guys just didn't want to see it, then I probably just wouldn't record it and upload it. So let me know in the comments. And if I remember correctly, we are pretty close to the boss. And like I said, I think we started with 15 minutes, but I also stopped a lot and checked out things that I got as drops and my skills and, just a bunch of random stuff because I was new to the game. But the dungeon is pretty short. You could probably beat this dungeon solo by yourself in like 4 or 5 minutes, I think. And it would only get faster every time you level up. But the boss was a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. Like I just kind of tried to base it off of like this dungeon, like all these little monsters, enemies, whatever you want to call them. I didn't expect the boss to look like it did or have like attacks like it did, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, I guess you guys will see in a second. But yeah, once we kill all these guys, you are able to go down this little thing, which you have to activate this lever to go down, which once again, I'll say that Dungeon Quest doesn't have things like this, which I don't know why, and this game does. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Dungeon Quest is ever doing, to be honest. But we're on our way down to fight this spooky boss, and I was just trying to get there. I didn't know if I was like missing treasure chests or something, but it didn't let me actually go to that door. It took me all the way to the bottom, which then leads you to this boss. And looking at its health, I was like, well, this is probably going to be an easy fight. It doesn't have that much health. He's a big guy that isn't moving, probably isn't too bad. And most of his attacks like this, I think you could dodge if you wanted to, but as you can see, I still get hit, but it only does like 8 or something. He has some like weird circle attack that'll bring up some crystals, and he spawns a lot of enemies. And at first I was like, oh, maybe I can kill the enemies and it'll give me a lot of XP, but they actually don't really give you any XP at all. And basically, when you like halfway kill this boss, he'll do that and spawn enemies. So basically, you really want to just try to kill him as soon as that stops, so you don't have to deal with these guys that actually do damage. He He also has an attack that makes him jump and then land and do damage. As you can see, I died like 2 or 3 times on this guy, and I don't think anything even actually happens if you die. It doesn't look like I lost time. Maybe I did. I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't really see anywhere that's counting my lives. So pretty simple. You get a drop always when you kill the boss, and sometimes you can get 2, or you can pay for a game pass that will guarantee 2, just like Dungeon Quest. But yeah, basically that was the dungeon, or at least one of them. I'm pretty excited for this game. Like I've been saying, it's definitely unique in some ways. Obviously, it's like Dungeon Quest, but it's got a really good spin to it. So, yeah, hopefully you guys like this game. If you do, it's only 50 Robux, and the link to the game will be in the description. I have like, I don't know. I have like a weird urge to play it and level up and get to the late game to see if it's like better or worse. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably keep playing it. Let me know if you want to see more. I probably won't upload a video before Christmas. This will probably be my last video before then. So if you're watching this on Christmas or before, Merry Christmas, you know. If you're watching this and I haven't uploaded another video for the new year, Happy New Year's. Hope you guys have a good day, week, weekend, year. You know, spend time with your family, have some fun, get some Christmas presents, eat some good food, all that good stuff. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.